Desi Martinez Promotions presents a fighter's first showcase. Brought to you by Quintana Rum. Live from the beautiful Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. Get ready for an exciting night of world-class boxing. A Desi Martinez promotion.
Sebastian Rodriguez, as mentioned, out of San Antonio. Bryan Springs, as mentioned, also out of San Antonio. And so as both fighters sent to come into the ring, got a feature here on Sebastian Rodriguez, his road to tonight. And so without further ado, we bring you some insights on Sebastian Rodriguez.
In the heart of San Antonio, a tale of resilience and determination unfolds as Texas boxing sensation Sebastian Rodriguez gears up for another defining moment in his career. Born in Houston but raised on the vibrant streets of San Antonio, Sebastian's journey from adversity to triumph is one that resonates deeply with the community. Raised by hardworking parents who instilled in him the values of perseverance and dedication. Rodriguez attended Southwest High School, where he initially found solace in soccer until a single instance of bullying redirected his path. It was this experience that ignited his passion for boxing, a sport where he found strength, purpose, and a sense of belonging. A single father, Rodriguez's unwavering determination is fueled by his desire to provide a better future for his son. Royce isn't just his motivation, he's the driving force behind every punch Rodriguez throws. His path hasn't been easy. Faced with tough decisions to surround himself with positive influences, he sought guidance from those who genuinely cared about his well-being. Recognizing the need for mentorship, Rodriguez turned to Luis Villarreal, a stern but supportive coach who instilled a championship spirit in and out of the ring. Through hard work and grit, the young fighter has built himself into a two-time national champion and former SA Gold Glove champ. Despite setbacks like rotator cuff surgery, Rodriguez's resilience knows no bounds. Now the beautiful Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio plays the backdrop as Rodriguez steps into the ring to face Bryan Springs in what promises to be a showdown of epic proportion. For Rodriguez, this fight isn't just about victory in the ring. It's about proving that no obstacle is insurmountable. It's about setting an example for his son and inspiring others with his story of perseverance and courage.
And now set to make his way into the ring to start fight number one of the main event. Bryan Springs, a young man who, as mentioned, is from San Antonio. Bryan coming in, a lot to prove in his corner as he makes his way into the ring. Jose Martinez, Manico Ortega, and Wesley Phillips. Bryan looking to knock off Sebastian Rodriguez in a San Antonio versus San Antonio fight. Peeking his way through the curtain, about to make his way into the ring to start the main event here at the Boeing Techport Center. And here emerging is the man, calls himself Be Nice, Bryan Springs, coming into the ring. Bryan, a young man who last fought in November, lost a unanimous decision to Sylvester Quiñones. Before that, a draw back in September against Arturo Ramos. In August, he took on Andre Lambi, lost that unanimous decision. Before that, the same fate against Jarvis Shepard in July. And now, set for Sebastian Rodriguez, a young man whom you just saw featured, Seabass, making his way into the ring. There he is, emerging from the smoke and out of the darkness. A young man who comes in with a perfect 6-0 record. Sebastian Rodriguez fighting out of San Antonio. In his corner, Luis Vidal, Francisco Echeverria, and Jonathan Palacios. Sebastian, a young man who started fighting in 2021. Most recently, he beat Jesus Maldonado, beat Jorge Hernandez before that.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, welcome to Boyd Center at Techport in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the capital city of Tejano music, la capital de la música tejana. This 6-round super welterweight division fight is brought to you by DMP, Desi Martinez Promotions, in association with Fighters First Management, sponsored by Quintana Rum, El Primer Ron del Caribe Mexicano. Your 3 judges scoring this contest will be Wilfredo Espiron, Angel Mendez Ramos, and Joe Covey. Your referee for tonight, Tyrone Parker. San Antonio, are you ready? Are you ready for the Battle of San Antonio? Introducing first, out of the blue corner, fighting from the great city of San Antonio, Texas. His current record is 3 wins, 12 losses, and 3 draws, with 1 win by way of knockout. He's currently ranked 176 in the United States. He's weighing in officially at 157 pounds. From San Antonio, Texas, let's welcome Bryan "B Nice" Springs. And his opponent in the red corner, also fighting out of the Alamo City. He is currently ranked number 67 in the United States with a perfect record of 6 victories and 0 losses, with 1 win by way of knockout. He's weighing in at 157 pounds. Desde la ciudad de San Antonio, Texas, Sebastian Seabass Rodriguez.
Both fighters now make their way to the center of the ring. Tyrone Parker going over instructions. Let's go to war, says Tyrone Parker, even though both fighters from San Antonio, judging by the pre-fight reaction, no doubt that Sebastian Rodriguez has the home support here from the fans here at Boeing Techport. It is scheduled for 4 rounds and a matchup that features 2 middleweights. Here we go, set for the opening round, and here we go.
Bryan is from the northeast side of San Antonio, from Sunrise to be exact, and he wanted to let everybody know that his 12 losses are not a true representation of his skills and his record, and he's looking to make a statement tonight and solidify his respect in San Antonio. So he's looking to come out with a win in order to change the narrative that he isn't as great as people, or is as great as people think that he could possibly be.
Yeah, you know, he has those 12 losses, but he's only been stopped twice. So, I mean, he is durable according to his record.
And one thing he did mention about that was that he's been in positions where he's fought all of those 12 fighters and they were all undefeated. Some of them are world champions. So he's always willing to take on a tough fight, even if it comes out with a loss.
Kind of that little hide and seek kind of a style for Bryan, kind of showing his face there and then kind of heading back as Sebastian makes his way in. Now both fighters again toward the corner.
They both of these fighters have a past with each other. They actually sparred back in the day against each other, and according to Bryan, he was able to look in the mirror while he was sparring against him, so he feels like he has an advantage. But Seabass is no joke as well. He's very, very competitive and has trained underneath Rick Huerta Nunez in San Antonio, now with Luis Villarreal in his corner. So the people that have been behind him are well respected in our community, and he's not he's a force to be reckoned with as well.
A little bit of a showboat element to Bryan's game here. Dancing around the ring a little bit, kind of showing his face, some taunting aspects
when you do
here.
that, you know, when that happens, your opponent sometimes wants to try to hit you harder, and sometimes they come into their own punch. You know, they get caught with something silly just because they're trying too hard to hit you.
Sebastian Rodriguez busy right as he has Bryan Springs against the ropes. Bryan trying to get his way out of that. Now fighting back, both
nice
fighting at close range. And Champ, that's been kind of through these first 2 minutes of this fight, they've both been in each other's space to start this bout.
Yeah, you see Springs, just very awkward fighter. Reminds me of a fighter named Emmanuel Augustus who fought like that. They call him the drunken master, and you know it makes you want to punch at him or throw hard punches. I used to spar with Emmanuel Augustus, very hard fighter to hit. Kind of same style.
See a lot of movement for Springs, moving that chin in and out. Sebastian taking his shots.
He was able to come out of the ropes earlier, and it just shows his versatility as far as being very quick on his feet. He's also a very smooth fighter, according to what he's described to me. But also, Seabass as well has been putting up a good fight as well.
Well, there's the bell to end round number one, a round which, from a casual observance, I'd say a lot of punches thrown, not a lot really connected.
Exactly. Seabass is, I'm not Seabass, I'm sorry. Springs is really worried about his defense, but he's not throwing anything back in offense. And, I mean, if you're not throwing punches, you're not going to win the round.
Carolina, your thoughts on this? I'm sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying your best defense is your offense, and you need to throw some offense in there.
Carolina, your thoughts here on this opening round?
The same thing, and I know he's probably might be a little bit focused on that. His goal was to make Seabass miss, but in the same time, he also needs to remember that there's offense that he needs to be implementing into his game plan. But again, Seabass is 6-0. He said that his boxing IQ sets him apart, and we don't know what to expect coming in the next rounds.
Gonna have to dig into that boxing IQ because so far Springs very unorthodox and looking to cause problems here for Seabass. A right hand that sees the sweat coming off of Springs' body. More sweat coming toward us. Seabass there kind of waiting, biding his time, trying to get inside of Springs.
Seabass, an orthodox fighter. Springs is a southpaw.
Shot by their Springs there. Carolina was going to say gets him with the left hand.
Springs switched from righty to lefty, and he's doing better as a lefty right now. Backing up Sebastian against the ropes.
When a fighter switches like that on you, Champ, what's on the other side of it, how do you handle that approach?
A lot of times they switch because they're not doing well what they were doing before, so they want to switch to see if something changes. Because they're not having luck the first way.
Sebastian easily the aggressor so far through this first minute into round number 2.
Oh,
Springs with a left hand.
Yeah. Springs look at him like, you know I caught you. Look at his face. You know I hit you. I landed something.
In a sense, showboating as
Uppercut,
well.
I think it grazed.
Just missed him.
Missed him, but not by much.
But see, stuff like that. Now Sebastian's kind of worried about something coming back. Sebastian has good defense, though.
Hey, Springs giving Sebastian a target, but then moving away quickly.
You see Springs showboating and
There's the dancing.
Yeah, the dancing. It's
moving those hips. Right hand misses. Now both against the ropes. Tyrone Parker letting him go.
Sebastian's nice and calm in there, not doing anything crazy. He's not falling into that craziness that Smith wants him to fight. I'm sorry, Springs.
Bryan with a couple of left-handed shots there as the two were clinched in together.
One thing I like, though, Springs is having a good time in the ring.
No doubt.
yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah.
And now it's Sebastian with a little flurry. Don't know if anything there was solid, but a couple of shots.
Now, Jesse, you said earlier that the showboating can oftentimes make your opponent want to hit you a little bit harder, and I'm seeing that in this next round. He seems like it's making him upset to where he's being a little bit more aggressive this time around.
Yeah, because you think the guy's showboating with you, or
It's all incredible, and then getting Champ's insight on how that might affect these fighters it's been really interesting. Now, Champ, I have another question for you in regards to the showboating. Why would he be showboating if he knows that that's going to possibly upset his opponent?
it's a mental game. Even if you, like, it's like you can't touch me. Playing tag, you can't touch me, you can't hit me. So you want to try harder and harder, and hopefully, like that.
Left-handed shot there for Springs.
Exactly.
Sebastian walked right into it, Champ.
He walked right into it because you don't expect that. It's expected and unexpected.
Big miss for Springs. And now he's looking, and now he's definitely showboating, saying, where are you throwing it at? Sebastian coming in harder. Action picking up.
And that goes back to his game plan where he
wanted. It's a mental game, guys. It's a mental game.
And he wanted to make Seabass hit it, make a miss, and that's exactly what he's been doing. And he's been
entertaining
it even more now in round 3. It's been entertaining for us.
He's entertaining.
But for Seabass, I can see how it could make him very upset.
Sebastian, little combination, a couple of body shots there, fighting back, trying not to let the taunting get the best of him.
Boxing has been Sebastian's entire life. He started at 13 years old, and he went to Southwest Legacy High School right here on the south side of San Antonio, and he played multiple sports: soccer, swim, tennis, cross country, but not because he liked those sports. It's because they all conditioned him to be a better boxer in the ring. So everything he did growing up was because of the sport of boxing, and he has a deep passion for this sport.
And now he's going inside Carolina, a couple of shots. He makes Bryan Springs walk away. Another shot, right hand, missed with a couple.
Fantastic defense by Springs so far, but
Bryan not doing the showboating he was just moments ago. A little bit more serious now against the ropes on our side. Little left-handed shot for Springs. And Tyrone Parker saying, no,
hit him
back
behind
of the head
ear.
there.
Yep, hit him behind the ear.
We go under a minute in what's easily been the most action-packed round of the fight so far. Springs are a couple body shots. Sebastian answering. Bryan now throwing some.
Yeah.
Both fighters have been going at each other and not stopping as far as their aggression is concerned.
Sebastian fighting
some
back.
nice punches. Springs got caught. He got caught on that.
Springs up against the corner.
Yep.
Took a right hand, then a left hand. Back in the center of the ring. We're under 10 seconds here in round number 3.
Springs getting a little bit more. Oh, God, nice right hook. Springs is getting a little sloppier now. And tired and fatigued.
There's the bell, and you wonder how much of that, too, has to do with the fact that he was caught a couple of times, champ, and it also stunts the showboating a little bit.
Exactly, but a lot of that is, you think that your defense is so good and you can showboat, but you can't showboat your way through someone punching you and trying to, if I throw 50 punches at you, I'm going to hit you a few times.
Just a couple. The question is how many of those are going to connect at the extent to which you want to connect them.
Exactly.
Or long game, have the effect to you're wearing the opponent down.
Yeah, so, Sebastian's just letting his hands go, but that makes him work harder trying to get away. So he's getting fatigued because he's trying to slip every punch coming at him.
How did you see this third round, champ?
I thought Sebastian did well in this round. Bryan is just getting tired and getting fatigued, backing up a little bit more. I saw him, he's kind of upset with himself because he knows he's tired now.
This is the fourth and final round of a fight that's been fun to watch so far. Two middleweights going at it. Bryan Springs and Sebastian Rodriguez.
Nothing short of entertaining. This fight has been fun to watch. Two guys from San Antonio trying to prove what they bring to the city, trying to establish their legacies, trying to establish their presence, and a lot of entertainment in the middle. It's been fun.
Right hand by Bryan Springs.
Counter hook by Sebastian. Sebastian's trying to maintain his composure throughout the fight, though. Even showing some defense. Yeah. Oh, nice.
A left hand there by Sebastian. It stops Springs in his tracks. Springs the head going backward now. This could be trouble. He's against the corner.
Things seem to get a lot more serious right now in this fourth round.
Fourth and final round. Sebastian's letting it all go.
Now
he wants
the
a knockout.
Shots. Now the shot connecting, champ.
Yep.
Right hand just missed.
He wants a knockout.
Now, it does seem that Springs is a bit fatigued. Do you think the 10-year age difference might have something to do with that?
Well, he's been moving around a lot. He's been moving a lot, moving his head, moving his legs, ducking and dodging. So it's too fatigued to do all that.
And it's been obvious that his defense has been really good throughout the night. But as you said before, he also needs to throw punches.
Yep.
Another shot there.
Mouthpiece flies out.
Mouthpiece on the ring canvas. And now it's Tyrone Parker who comes over to Bryan Springs. All right, back at it.
Oh.
Big shot.
Wow, what a straight left hand.
Bryan Springs coming out with a vengeance. Sebastian fighting back. Rodriguez against the corner. Both these fighters fighting like it's the final rounds of this bout.
This fight has been nothing short of electric. Both fighters putting it all in the ring.
There was a headbutt a few seconds ago.
Center of the ring, Springs takes a shot with that left hook. Sebastian trying to catch him with his own left hook. Big right, didn't connect.
Wow.
Both now in their center of the ring. Round number 4 of 4 between these two middleweights.
Bryan just smothering Sebastian. Oh,
my
good
Left
straight
hand there.
Yep.
Left hook.
Body
What is
shot.
Bryan?
by
Another
Sebastian.
left hand for Springs.
Body
The
shot.
right hand, he missed on that one though.
Oh,
Left hand
left hand.
connects right to the chin of Sebastian. Rodriguez throws his own overhand left. It misses. Right hand, left hand.
Wow, hard punch by both fighters.
Now both fighters up against our ring. There's the final bell.
Wow, what a fight.
Sebastian Rodriguez climbing the rope. He thinks he's remained undefeated and will go to 7-0. Bryan Springs back in his corner. I'm sure he's saying, hey, this will not be a 13th loss.
I'm going to tell you something. Bryan Springs let it all hang out in the last 30 seconds of the round. He knew he was behind.
So, guys, with this one complete, you're the experts. You tell me. I'm going to guess this one's kind of tough to call. Or am I wrong here?
I'm going to say Sebastian won the fight, maybe all 4 rounds. But Bryan just fought like a dog. He just kept coming and kept coming, and that made it entertaining. But like we said earlier, he was throwing punches but not landing punches.
So do you give
They
him
both
the
were
edge?
doing that, but they both were doing that.
Yes.
You're right. They're both throwing a lot of punches, not a lot of punches being landed, but Sebastian was more calm throughout the fight, more aggressive, doing more of the things he wanted to do. Bryan was just really trying to not get hit by any punches and slipping a lot, and made himself tired as well.
So do you give the edge to Sebastian simply because, and maybe simply is the wrong way to put it, but because he was busier?
Busier, doing more things that he wanted to do. I think Bryan was just really focusing on not getting hit. More defense, but not offense. We talked about that. Throw punches back at your opponent.
Carolina, how'd you see this one?
You know what? Honestly, my hands are in the air. This is a tough call for me. I enjoyed the fight. So I don't know what to say. I'm actually going to leave it up to the judges.
And they would say, well, that's all that matters in the end because we have the power of the scorecard.
Yep.
And so as we await the judges' score, Carolina mentioned the age difference between these two. Bryan, 33 years of age coming in. You talked, Carolina, about maybe fatigue playing a factor at some point as this bout went into the later rounds. It went the full 4. He's 33 compared to Southwest Legacy grad Sebastian Rodriguez, who's only 23.
Yeah, the fatigue settled in. You could kind of tell as far as from my vantage point. But to be honest, they both put on a great, great fight. And I'm excited to see what the judges are going to say. I want to see who's going to come out on top and who's going to show that they're here to stay in San Antonio.
Referee Tyrone Parker signaling both fighters to come to the center of the ring. And we send it to our ring announcer, Roberto Lopez, to read off the official results. Let us know who won.
Ladies and gentlemen, Damas y Caballeros, after 6 rounds here inside Bowling Center at Tech in San Antonio, Texas, we go to the judges' scoring card for the official decision. Judges belong scores at 40-36. Judge Mendez Ramos scores at 39-37. And Judge Komi scores at 40-36. And your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Sebastian Rodriguez.
There you go, champ.
Yeah.
Sebastian Rodriguez runs his record to 7-0. Carolina Teague has made her way ringside. She is set to interview the young man from Southwest Legacy who just ran his record to 7-0. And as you see them pose for pictures, you see Carolina there off to the side, Sebastian. A well-deserved victory lap, if you will, in the form of a picture. And here's Carolina with Sebastian Rodriguez.
Win. You said to me earlier that your boxing IQ was going to be the advantage that you had coming into this fight. What was your impression of tonight?
All respects to my opponent. He came and brought a strong, hard fight. And, I was just a better man tonight, but all props to his team and my opponent.
You said you wanted to be a boxer that is going to make an impact in the city of San Antonio, and you want to set yourself apart and become a legend down the line. What is next for you?
We're going to see come June, take on another undefeated fighter. I ain't going to say too much right now, no names, but just know I'm coming for everything in San Antonio. And around the world, soon they will know my name around the world.
One last question. You said that your motivation for tonight's fight was your son. What does family mean to you, and what does the city of San Antonio mean to you?
It means everything. Shout out to my baby boy Royce at home watching me through the screen. I love you, son. Shout out to my family here being with me. You know, this camp was very hard with me and my family, but God made the impossible possible, and he brought us back together. All glory to God.
Congratulations, Sebastian.
Thank you very much, and God bless everyone. Thank you to Desi Promotions and Ferocious Boxing Gym. And thank you to my coaches, Louis, Francisco, and John, for a strong, hard camp. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sebastian Rodriguez remaining undefeated, talking about the motivation that his son provides, a reason for everything he does, and wanting to establish his legacy as a fighter here in San Antonio. Now 7-0, early in his career, champ, but on the right path. 7-0 after this victory against an unorthodox fighter like Bryan Springs.
Unorthodox fighter, but he had a lot of fights. He had 15, 16 fights. That means he was in the ring at least 7 to 8 times more than Sebastian was. So that's a good experience for Sebastian to fight someone with that type of experience. And that's why I went the distance probably as well. But yeah, just give him these fighters that are going to make him improve in the ring. Challenge him all the time. Don't just give him easy fights, but challenge him, make him get better. That's the only way you can get better is by fighting better guys.
And so with that, Sebastian Rodriguez, as mentioned, Seabass, keeping that record perfect. Carolina back with us. We're going to allow her to get settled. No rush, Carolina. Great job going in there, getting that interview there with Seabass. What struck you there about being with him just moments after he was able to get that big win?
What struck me is that he's really sweaty.
Aside from the obvious, right? It's like, duh.
But you know what makes me the happiest? That the crowd loves him. The city of San Antonio, it's obvious he has a fan base behind him, and that's what I love about San Antonio is that this is a huge boxing community right here, and to see everybody show up here in San Antonio and be excited for Sebastian and support him with his motivation to impact the city and become a future legend like the champ with us is very inspiring to watch, so I'm looking forward to seeing how his future holds.
So one fight of the main card now in the books. We've still got 2 more. It caps off with Gio Cabrera going up against Ricardo Quiroz. Gio, as we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, trained by the legendary Freddie Roach, who, of course, is here with us tonight. Coming up next, though, is a fight that features Justin Figueroa, kid who hits hard, against Christian Aguirre. That will be on the other side. Let's step aside. We're getting set here. 2 more fights to go as we continue our coverage from right here at the Boeing Tech Port in a card that's brought to you by Desi Martinez Promotions, sponsored by Quintana Rum. It is a Fighters First Showcase. We're going to see you on the other side.
Welcome to the enchanting world of Quintana Rum, the pride of the Mexican Caribbean. For generations, we've upheld the sacred tradition of crafting premium rum that captivates the senses and transports you to paradise. With Quintana Rum, patience is our virtue. Each drop is aged for 5 years, infusing it with rich spices, subtle notes of coffee, and the pure essence of Mexican sugarcane. It's time to savor the taste of paradise. Quintana Rum. Choose your spirit.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
A Fighter's First Showcase. Also brought to you by SA Coalition Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Alpha Digital.
The Desi Martinez Law Firm. And Superior Tax Service.
We welcome you back here to the Boeing Center, Techport, Carolina Teague, Jessie James Leja, the two-time world champ. We just saw the first bout of the main card. Two San Antonians going at it. Bryan Springs going against Sebastian Rodriguez. Sebastian getting the unanimous decision, and a fight, champ, that went the way that you saw it. You saw that, yes, Springs had his moments, but you mentioned you wouldn't be surprised if Sebastian won all 4 rounds, or if not 3 of the 4, and that's the way the judges saw it.
Yeah, because I mean, he looked good at points, but it was real spotty. It was just throw a flurry of punches and stop and get on defense. And Sebastian just kept calm and cool and kept going forward, throwing his punches and doing well. He stayed very nice for a fighter with 6 fights.
Mr. Bo, I'm talking to our producer and our director back in the control room. Are the highlights ready for this first fight, from this first fight? Highlights, are they ready and are they good to go? All right, let's show them those clips. We just saw it, but the recap of Sebastian Rodriguez's unanimous decision over Bryan Springs. There's Sebastian coming in, fighting out of San Antonio. Bryan Springs also out of the Alamo City. First fight, as mentioned, of the main card, and we saw a lot of this early on. Bryan Springs dodging, weaving, even when Sebastian would hit him, he'd kind of throw that chin out there, and then Sebastian eventually came back the aggressor for the better part of the night, and then eventually he wore down Bryan Springs to the point where the mouthpiece came flying out there. A good shot there in that 3rd round, to the point, Carolina, where you saw the showboating stop a little bit on Bryan's end.
Yeah, in the later rounds, the showboating completely stopped, especially the 4th round. You could tell that the fatigue was settling in, and he was actually taking the fight. Well, he was taking the fight seriously the whole time, but the showboating ended.
Streaming wherever you are, we thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed a night of excellent boxing here at the Boeing Center, Techport, San Antonio. We say good night. Happy Easter, everyone, tomorrow, and we will see you next time. And this has been a Desi Martinez Promotions production.